Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to take a little bit of a look at, some of those new art rare cards. They've been shown off, so to speak, for V-Star Universe, but we know they're coming in Crown Zenith, and we do actually have another couple cards that are coming in V-Star Universe, but probably not in Crown Zenith. There's lots of fun things we need to have a good old chat about. And also, very much worth pointing out, there's a new Okacheke card! So we might as well start there. You see, we've got the art rare cards. I promise you we'll get to them in a moment. You saw them on the thumbnail, it's fine. But we also had new regular arts of Solrock and Lunatone. And I still find it weird that we have Solgaleo and Linala, and it's all a bit weird. But we've got Solrock and Lunatone here, and it's definitely those two. And we got new artworks, but we've got an Okacheke Solrock. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but any time we get a new artwork which is drawn by Okacheke, I'm a very, very happy man. Nothing against the lovely Narumi Sato and this rather good Lunatone, but the Solrock is amazing. Apparently, I keep getting Lunatone and Solrock confused with Solgaleo and Lunala, so I'm really sorry if I say the wrong Pokemon at any point during this video. I keep doing it. I keep trying to edit it out, but if I forget, please do just forgive me a little bit. So we've got a rather nice Solrock. It's cool. I love it. It's Okacheke. But what about the art rare cards? And these, ladies and gentlemen, these are stunning. And we might as well start off with the Lunatone here because it's done by Soso. Now, Soso is a very, very popular artist, one that a lot of people are making collections of. It's one of those artworks that is very, very distinctive. A lot of you, probably, a lot of newer collectors at least, probably came across this artist and really kind of, and I'm not saying this first card you ever saw, but I think the card that really put this artist on the map lately was the alternate art Gengar V Max from Fusion Strike. That was a card where I started hearing a lot more people go, oh, that's Soso, yeah, that's a ridiculously good artist. Although I was very pleased the other day, if I could just go into Wassy Plays mode, that's my other channel, for just a moment. They showed off some One Piece sleeves the other day, and these Tony Choni Chopper sleeves are blatantly drawn by Soso as well. They haven't done any cards for the One Piece TCG yet. They've only done these sleeves featuring Tony Chopper, but how cool is it to see these artists going just between games? It's absolutely amazing. Like, for instance, this alternate art Roronoa Zoro, or this alternate art Luffy, who you may recognize because they're drawn by Akira Igawa, who has done a bunch of really good Pokemon cards, including a bunch of Pokemon Vs lately. Some of the best Pokemon Vs we've seen. But anyway, there are other games. Let's stick to Pokemon for now. So we've got this lovely Soso Lunatone. It's lovely. And it's got Volbeat and Illumise in it. And I'm not entirely sure why. If I'm honest with you, ladies and gentlemen. And don't get me wrong, they are a pair of Pokemon. They come together, I get it. I just don't get what they have to do with Solrock and Lunatone. Now, what I will say is Solrock and Lunatone often form a competitive pair in the Pokemon TCG. We see it with these two cards, we'll get to there in a moment. We've also seen them in one of the Worlds deck a few years ago that was printed, that was Solrock and Lunatone. They do tend to work together very nicely. And by the same token, we've seen many cards over the year, many pairs of these Pokemon, the Volbeat and Illumise, who, again, work very nicely together. But does that mean they should be on the card with them? Maybe, ladies and gentlemen. It's all just a little bit weird to me, if I'm perfectly honest with you. Hey-ho. And as we go and look at the alternate art of the Solrock, we see the same thing. That is to say, the alternate art of the Solrock also has Volbeat and Illumise just kind of sitting there chilling on the card. Once again, I have no real idea why. I don't really get it. Doesn't really matter. But it is weird how they're so in tune with each other. Nice little pun there. But I don't know why. And don't get me wrong. Putting them on one card means you should probably put them on the other. That I get. But why put them on there in the first place? If anyone's got a better suggestion, let me know in the comment section. So these are very, very, very cool artwork rares. They are absolutely lovely. And yeah, I love that these are coming around. I still don't think either of them have beaten the Bibarel, and that's nothing against it. You know, that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's the best one yet. But these are both extremely cool. One other thing, these are both from Pokemon Go. And it's kind of weird, because it's not the first card from Pokemon Go we've seen reprinted in this set. We saw Radiant Charizard, which, as it stands at the moment, is the only Radiant Pokemon that's had alternate art in V-Star Universe. We've seen Ditto being reprinted, which has also had different artwork. A lot of these cards that are coming in V-Star Universe are either straight reprints or they're promos that we've had in English, like the pre-release promos, the Shogalarian Zapdos, that was amazing. There's another one of those been confirmed. We'll get there in a minute. They're not generally doing random alternate artwork. And so far, the only 4 cards that have really been noted, 4 out of the 5, that have really been noted to me are the ones from Pokemon Go. There is also the Mew V, which is just a random alternate art that we haven't had in English. So there's that one. But generally speaking, the reprinted cards tend to either be promos that we've had in English, straight reprints, or the ones from Pokemon Go. This is the 4th card now we've seen reprinted from Pokemon Go, and they've all had alternate artwork. They are not reprinting the Pokemon Go artwork in V-Star Universe. It's a weird trend I've noticed, and it's on my radar, frankly, ladies and gentlemen. It is absolutely on my radar. Now, as for Solrock and Lunatone, seriously, Lunatone and Lunala, I'm getting massively confused today. I really hope I've caught them all. If I haven't, I'm very sorry. But as for Solrock and Lunatone, they did come around in Pokemon Go, and they did, there was a fairly high-profile team who all played, at least I think they all played, Solrock and Lunatone at the World Championships this past year. Now, they didn't place particularly highly, but the fact that well-known, experienced players played the deck shows that it's one that people have taken seriously. So you've got Lunatone here, and you can see both the new artworks looking quite nice. That for free energy does 30 damage for each psychic energy attached to this Pokemon for a minimum free energy. And what you really need here is a way to get all the energy on. Well, wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen, because that's where Solrock comes in. Solrock's got the ability Sun Energy, which says once during your turn, you may attach a Psychic Energy card from your discard pile to one of your Lunatone. Oh, well, that works very nicely, ladies and gentlemen. That works very nicely indeed. It does mean that kind of 5 or 6 of your spots are taken up with Solrock and Lunatone. It makes other Pokemon quite hard to play, but it is a single prize deck that when it gets rolling can hit really big damage. It's not proven to be great so far, but it is weird to me that we keep getting these Pokemon Go cards reprinted with alternate artwork, and we've got this lovely special art, so that's really, really good. But yeah, seriously, the fact that the Pokemon Go cards keep being reprinted with alternate artwork when other sets don't, that is properly on my radar, and frankly, I would like an explanation. Now, I did tell you some other cards had been revealed from V-Star Universe, and they have been. That is absolutely true. We have got a confirmation that Gengar's coming. Now, this is, of course, just a reprint of the Gengar from Lost Origin, but it's our pre-release promo, and this tends to happen. We get to the end of the year, Japan gets their special set, and they end up getting these pre-release promos, because there are other exceptions, but this is largely the cards we get that Japan doesn't. We get the pre-release promos, 4 of them every set, alternate artwork, and Japan just doesn't get those cards. So they kind of have to be popped into this special set, or else they just never end up coming along. I mean, to take Lost Origin as an example, we have had confirmation that Gengar and Comfey are being reprinted, and that's rather lovely. But as it stands at the moment, that wonderful Okacheke Finian, which you know is my favourite of them, that's not been confirmed. It might be in the set, but one thing that is pretty important to point out, when Japan has these special sets where they can catch up on pre-release promos, they generally don't tend to completely catch up. They tend to have a bunch that just end up not being printed in Japanese, which is very sad and very strange, but that's the way it is. And we've had a couple other cards which have been confirmed to be reprinted, which will go very nicely with our alternate art Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. Or the special art rare, Hisuian Zoroark V-Star. Yeah, we've already seen there's 2 different prints of that coming. Remember, one of those was a promo. The other one is a special art rare that's going to be coming for us in Crown Zenith. And that's rather lovely. But there are a couple of very important cards for that deck, which we're getting reprinted here. One of them is Damage Pump. That's the one that lets you move up to 2 damage counters from one of your Pokemon to your other Pokemon in any way you like. Bearing in mind that Hisuian Zoroark V-Star does damage based on the number of your damaged Pokemon. So Damage Pump becomes really important for moving damage around your board and making sure all of your Pokemon have damage on. That's pretty big. You know what else is really good for making sure your Pokemon have damage on? Gape-Jaw Bog. Whenever either player puts a basic Pokemon from the hand onto their bench, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. That's pretty good. And actually, while we're here, you know what else is really good in that deck? The Gengar we just looked at. So essentially, that pretty much that Hisuian Zoroark deck, all the key cards are being reprinted in V-Star Universe, and this is what I've been telling you guys all along. This is a set, now it's not the way it is with Crown Zenith over here, but the way it is in Japan as V-Star Universe is that they are taking these popular cards, these well-played decks, these successful archetypes, and then they're just putting the main cards in here. So it's not only a set which is just absolutely overflowing with ridiculously, stunningly beautiful artwork, but it's also a set where you can basically pick up the main cores of multiple really good decks all in one go, in one set, and it's absolutely stunning and absolutely brilliant, and I'm a huge fan of this, and I think V-Star Universe is just going to be an absolutely phenomenal set, and one we should all be pretty happy about, quite frankly. This is looking cool. But now it's over to you guys. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know what you think of these 2 new artwork rares. I want to know anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon card games, all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get some bonus podcasts where I answer all of your questions. You can join a Discord where we chat Pokemon. And to be honest with you, a whole bunch of other stuff. And you can get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely It's a Coaster, who's been a supporter of ours for a few months now and is very active in the Discord and seems like a thoroughly lovely person. So thank you very much for the support and for being a thoroughly lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.